February 24, 2023.
Rachel, something happened the other day that was reported all over the world. That happened in a place where you once lived, long ago. You once lived in a city called Hamamatsu in southeastern Japan. I remember because I kind of am you now. Now that you've been away, and it's just been me keeping your body warm. I wonder what places and times you are in. Our ability to contact each other is so minimal now. I have that copy of you that you created of yourself online by somehow using your shape-shifting ability. But that is more or less like a chatbot or replica.ai that sometimes uses our shared social media accounts. That's not the real Rachel. No, while you are living the bog life as a plasma entity, I am here as your replacement. I'm living the RN life, full-time. I mean, excluding the various other space-time events I spontaneously occupy. It must be nice where you're at, as we await our next inevitable overlap. I know that you will soon find this message under a small sundew or on the back of a beetle. You now are learning what it's like to be like me, and I am learning all about what it's like to be you. For instance, I remember just as you do when you lived in Hamamatsu that month with a family who owned a rose farm. It was the end of your summer, before a year in Nishinomiya, and you were not there for very long. You picked oysters with your host sister. You went to the fireworks for Obon Matsuri. There was a small theme park there, and you saw a rockabilly with an enormous pompadour. Hamamatsu, if your memory serves me correctly, is a very beautiful city beside a lake. It sits on the southeastern coast of the largest island of Japan called Honshu, and is located in Shizuoka Prefecture. It has a current population of nearly 800,000. Well, earlier this week, various news outlets in Japan reported that locals saw a large sphere on the beach in Hamamatsu. Locals called police on Tuesday the 21st, and for safety they cordoned off the area. Mita koto ga nai, the Coast Guard station at Omaezeki was quoted as saying. This translates roughly as, "We've never seen this." Fearing it may contain an explosive, the police then investigated this large spherical object, and using X-ray they determined it was just a hollow piece of scrap metal. The object was removed and was taken to a private lot to be claimed. As I've been writing this, Japan Times published a story with this title, quote, "That mystery orb on a Japanese beach? It was just a buoy," unquote. Ue Send, an oceanographer with the Scripps Institution of Oceanography at University of California, San Diego, was quoted as saying, quote, "It's just a normal buoy," unquote. This has been a common sentiment in a number of places on the internet, and it was what I had first thought when I saw the sphere. The article also cites fears about North Korea, which launched an intercontinental ballistic missile within 200 kilometers of Oshima Island in northern Japan, around the same time that the sphere was found. The large hollow ball in Hamamatsu was also widely reported around the world, such as in this Guardian article, which has the fantastic title, quote, "Spy Balloon, UFO, or Dragon Ball? Japan baffled by iron ball washed up on beach," unquote. Japan has a long history of coastal disasters, like the Honshin earthquake that hit Kobe and the surrounding region in 1995. Incidentally, just 2 months before the deadly sarin gas attack in the Tokyo subway. That wasn't that long before you lived near Kobe and also visited Tokyo, was it, Rachel? A little over 2 years, I think. More recently, in 2011, Japan's coast was also hit by an enormous tsunami caused by an earthquake. This led to the Fukushima nuclear power plant disaster. Japan is a long and slender country made up of many islands neighboring China, whose relations with Japan are fraught. Japan also formerly occupied Korea, Manchuria, and various countries through much of the South Pacific. After Japan's attempt to become a major superpower, by allying with Nazi Germany, the U.S. bombed the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki using atomic weapons at the end of World War II. The devastation that this caused is indescribable. What I draw from this story is that in an island country like Japan, many kinds of things can come from the sea. It is no wonder, then, that local police and Coast Guard would be concerned about a large strange object that was found on the beach. A man in his 50s told reporters that the ball had been sitting on the beach for over a month. It's strange to me that this enormous metal ball sat there on the beach for a month. But then all of a sudden someone called the police, and that very same day the story spread through news channels across the whole globe like wildfire. Do you know what else can spread like wildfire? Fire can. And it does. It spreads as wildfire. And some fires are caused by an ancient form of human aerial technology resembling some foolish flame in the night sky. I am, of course, talking of sky lanterns. A sky lantern is a small hot air balloon often made of paper on a lightweight frame. A candle at the bottom heats the air inside of the lantern, and the lantern flies. In 2013, a sky lantern set fire to a recycling centre in Smithwick, in the West Midlands of England. Many tons of recycling material was burned in the disaster. Buoys are just balloons of the water. Balloons are the buoys of the air. No matter what substrate you're in, hazardous, buoyant objects may drift freely inside of it, pulled here or there by the impulse of currents. It's sometimes just the quiet, drifting objects, which the land people build, that one has to be really concerned about. A flying saucer, at least, has aliens to steer it. But what steers a giant drifting ball made of iron, tossed by Poseidon through the world of the sea people, the sea otters and whales, along with corals and vast depths of ocean creatures? What steers a Chinese lantern from burning down a wild meadow? What steers a plasmoid, who, despite being fully conscious and self-aware, is nonetheless one step entirely outside of causality? Unidentified flying object? More like largely invisible hyperdimensional filaments. Am I right? I'm Telesma Blue Orb, and this is my diary. P.S. to all my lovely listeners, thank you so much for listening. I am not an expert on the topics discussed. Please see the references in the episode script, which is linked in the description. The entries for all dates can be found in the document outline. Please also press the subscribe button for more of my personal diary. And share this personal diary with your friends. Telesma Blue Orb's Earth Love Diary, copyright 2023 by Telesma Blue Orb and Rachel Nelson. All rights reserved. Be careful out there.